Oh my gosh. All right. Apologize for the lighting. I'm in my car. I've got about a few minutes to go before I head into work, but it's been a while since I've been able to come on and give you guys an update about what's going on. So, if you are new here, my name is Kim and I'm an elementary school teacher in Japan. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you very much for those of you who are coming in on the replay. I'm uh the past couple of weeks, I swear, has been a huge blur, but I'm doing well. Sinbad and Mom are fine, and we are just trying to stay afloat in a sea of so much happening. I'll let you guys fill in the blanks. But yes, so February has been, as you guys know from the news, we have been in a quasi state of emergency here in Japan. Quasi meaning that there are some restrictions as far as the hours of times businesses can stay open, and the what do you call it, closing times for alcohol to be served. As far as schools go, I think despite the numbers of children and the numbers of younger people being infected with the virus, because for whatever reason they are not being as strict anymore with the whole closing down schools, making sure that classrooms don't spread into a cluster, etc., etc. However, we did go 1 week online, which was a lot of fun. And I don't say that sarcastically. I mean that it was the break I needed. Excuse me. It was the break I needed because I would say, hey, Sarah, Raymond, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm just kind of like catching up before I go into work. But yeah, that week online was exactly what I needed because the students were sort of out of sorts. And hey, Paul, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, the students were sort of out of focus, and I don't know why. Yeah, yay! I don't know why before, as soon as a child tested positive, quick action was taken to close down classes and make sure there were no close contacts and all that stuff. But what did? Hey, great to see you. Thank you. Um, Whistle whatever. Man, I'm trying to think who. Um, I sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Hey, Ernie, good to see you. Anyways, yeah, so we're back at school in person, but just to give you a quick update, we had a couple of clusters happen at our school. We had a couple of classes that were getting, you know, more than 2 or 3 cases in their class. And so school closed down for a week. We went online. My partner teacher and I were fine with it. We taught our stuff, but there's a good portion of teachers that felt that their classes could not be taught online. So they chose to just give out worksheets and say that they're going to wait until in person before they do a class, which personally I don't think is a very valid excuse. I think teachers need to come out of their comfort zone. And it's hard because I hear you, teachers. We've been coming out of our comfort zone a lot, and we've been trying to make sure that we not only stay healthy, but that we keep our kids healthy, that we keep our students motivated and mentally calm and all that other stuff stable. And it's tough. It's tough. It's like juggling, those plates or doing those spinning plates and making sure that things don't fall. And some teachers take on the challenges and others just decide that, no, forget it. We'll wait and we won't do the challenge. So that week for myself was very therapeutic. I loved it. I felt my students came through, parents came through, and things worked out great. And now they're back in school. And I would have thought to have stayed closed for a little while longer because I don't think things have calmed down. But instead, my school, as and I'm sure other schools as well in Japan, revised their rules or their what do you call it, their procedures. And so before, when a child tested positive, they immediately closed the class to make sure there were no close contacts, and then resumed after 2 or 3 days, and depending on how severe the case was. But um, now nothing really happens. They just kind of look to see if there are any close contacts, but classes are no longer closed. And we're getting a few more cases. And I'll tell you what it's not alarming, but it is a concern. I've noticed a couple of students during class that aren't their usual selves. And I know a lot of you get what I mean by that. And we're talking about those really energetic, loud, super active children, energetic children that a lot of people have all the time in the class. Who knows? You might have been one of them. But when they're off or when something is not right, then you kind of have a little red flag. And my red flag has been going off all the time. One student in particular who is constantly, volume wise, extra loud, extra energetic, he came and we were doing this check, and he was just so out of it. And I like said, "Are you okay?" And he's like, but I know he wasn't. And that particular class at the moment has how many kids out? I think 2 confirmed positive cases and a couple that have siblings. And so I figure it's only a matter of time. That's what I heard, Sarah. I don't think what do you call it, mandates, because Japan is pretty much a mask wearing culture or country. Masks, I think, will always be worn. However, a lot of students maybe aren't wearing them correctly. A lot of teachers aren't wearing them correctly. So, yeah. Yeah, so it was sort of a concern, and someone in that class, we got a notice last night that another child in that class tested positive, and I'm just kind of curious to see what happens in the next couple of days, because I would almost, if I were in Vegas, no, I really think that the chances of that student perhaps being infected and at the start of his infection is a high possibility. And that's the hard part with us teachers, is because we see children that are not themselves, or that are maybe the runny noses, no fever yet, but the runny noses, the kind of scratchy voices, or not being themselves. And if we send them to the health office, they're just sent back to us. And if they don't have a fever, or if they're not, if they haven't been in close contact, whatever questions they ask, it's a big mystery how they decide those things. So, that's the teacher life in Japan right now. Hey, Barb, how's it going? Barb, I love little Casper. How's he doing? Yeah, guys, Casper is Barb's new little fur baby. My fur baby, Sinbad, he went to his vet a few weeks ago, and things are well. He's, of course, a senior dog. The cold hasn't bothered him at all. He's getting a little, I don't know whether if it's a trait or if it's common in senior dogs, but he's getting a lot more feistier, kind of like like as sometimes when people get older, they become grouchier or less tolerant of things. And I think that's kind of Sinbad. He gets a little bit, yeah. Hey, Sinbad would love him. No, I don't know. Barb, when you had your senior dogs, did they change in any way temperament wise? Like Sinbad's still fine, he's still mellow. But I find that sometimes, man, he gets, like, when he's hungry for dinner, when it's right around dinner time, man, he lets me know. A lot of times if I'm working, maybe it's like a therapy thing when I'm working at the computer. And lately I have been because of work. Sometimes he starts to get a little bit barky. He starts pawing me a little bit more, like, hey, come on, stop, play with me, look at me. And so maybe that's in a way a good thing. But I just find that he's been a lot more barkier as he's gotten older. So maybe it's communication. Don't know. Other than that, booster time is we're waiting for that ticket. Although now there are places in Japan, including Yokohama, including Tokyo, where even if you don't have the ticket to go get your booster or your third shot, you can go ahead and get something called an emergency ticket and still make an appointment for your shot. My mom's booster ticket came in the mail, gosh, a few weeks ago, and we made her appointment at her normal, regular doctor that she goes to. She couldn't get an appointment right away. Her appointment's going to be at the beginning of March, which I know it'd be better to probably have it ASAP, but she trusts her doctor, and I think she feels more comfortable with him because he knows what medication she's on. And I think, there's that element of just feeling good that if anything happens, he's right there. I would like to go to him for my booster as well instead of going to the university. My university is going to be giving the third boosters during spring vacation. And it's the university that my elementary school is affiliated with. And they are offering the booster to all employees and their families and students as well. So I imagine that a lot of my former students will be taking the vaccine or the booster at the campus. It's just such a pain for me to go all the way into Tokyo to the campus and then be surrounded by other people that are taking the booster when I have the option to just go to my neighborhood doctor, which is my mom's doctor, and get the booster there. So when I called to make the appointment for my mom, the woman that is in charge, I guess, of the tickets or something at the city hall. Hey, Aaron, doing well. How are you doing, my friend? Hope all is well with you and your family. Um, yeah, so I will make the appointment as soon as my ticket comes. And she had told me, she gave me the heads up that my ticket is arriving next week. Mary, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming in because I know it has been really hard to pop in here live, especially with the things that are going on at school. And I do have to get in, not really early, but kind of early because we have a PE assembly. Which I like because the PE assembly, we do a round of warm-up exercises. Maybe Paul will remember this. It's called radio taiso, radio exercises. Oh, good for you. Yeah, so my booster should probably come at the beginning of the month. I want to personally schedule it so that I have the next day as a holiday. And I think that's why the university is making it available during spring vacation because end of the school year is just a crazy time in general. It's a busy time, final reports, final documents. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Japanese school year, it ends in March. And we start again in April. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I know I have learned to be, or I've been trying to be kinder. I've been trying to be more patient. I've been trying to be more understanding, and it's hard. I've been trying to be more organized and responsible. I'm kind of failing, kind of failing at a few of those, but yeah, no, I do think it's important. It's a busy time for everybody. Like I tell my students, we're all going through different struggles, different challenges, and so we really have to be understanding. I've lost my temper several times. I've lost my temper sometimes in the classroom, and I tell the students why, and I just tell them, it's just a lot of pressure. I always tell them it's because I love you. No, I don't say it quite like that, but I say I care about you, I care about your family. Okay. I know that happens with a lot of students. Well, a lot of students, it's difficult. I mean, can you imagine, in Japan, several nursery schools, because outbreaks at nursery schools are happening, kids that are 5 or 6 years old having to grow up wearing a mask, kids that are 3 years old, do they do make masks that small, but I don't know whether or not I could have done it. Um, Speaking of like feeling smothered, turtlenecks were really hard when I was growing up. Now I'm used to them, but as you can see, I wear mine rolled under. But when fashion lesson, when it's like this, it's warm, but for some reason I feel smothered. Look how loose this is. It's really loose. It's not snug at all. But I know some people don't like wearing turtlenecks because they feel kind of like enclosed, like they can't breathe. And let me get this back in. So it took me a while before I could wear turtlenecks, or I don't know if that's what they're called in other countries as well. But yeah, so a lot of things, right? Different kinds of clothing. And okay, yeah, you have to find the mask. And speaking of which, I better start getting masked up. Oh, where is mine? I have two. Hey, seriously, where's my other one? All right. Because I have this one, right? This is the one. Oh my God. Okay. This is kind of rude. Sorry. Do you ever, if I wore a mask, where would I be? And I don't really want to open this one. I just had it. All right. Is it on me? Is it somewhere on me? And everybody's laughing like, goodness me. Seriously, I had it on top. Oh, goodness. Do they have medical exceptions in Japan? I think so. I'm sure they do. Sorry if I'm missing your questions. My gosh, it's probably going to happen is it's probably going to be somewhere, and I'll be walking around. I'll be walking around with the mask in a place. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's my sign to end. And look for this. Okay, here's my mistake. I'm wearing gray. My backpack is gray. I am 50 shades of gray, but not in that context. Yeah, seriously. Oh. Okay, well, if I can't find it, I'm going to have to just wear this one. Oh, guys. All right, so mask troubles. Anyways, I just wanted to come on really quickly. Hopefully, I will have a little more time. Oh, well, and maybe not as adorable in that way. Just a crazy girl. Oh, my good mask. And I've already sprayed it too, because, right, I always put that minty spray in it. Woohoo. All right. I better get into the workplace, because not only do we have that PE assembly, we also have a large group photo of all time. We have to take a group photo today. So anyways, wherever you are in the world, I do hope you are staying healthy. And I know that there are a lot of people struggling right now, whether it be something related to the pandemic, related to a job thing, a relationship stuff. I know, me too, Sarah. How silly. I'm probably, like, I'm not sitting on it, but, or am I? No. Jeez. Seriously, it's like my mask just walked away. But whatever you're going through, it's not as serious. No, my issues are not as serious as what a lot of people are going through. So I do send my strength and my love to all of you. You have an awesome day as well. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and keeping me company before I go into the workplace, and we'll see how many new cases there are. It's almost like a daily thing. Great talking to you. I know it's got to be here somewhere. All right. Thank you so much, and I will catch you guys again, hopefully very, very soon. All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye. Great to see you as well, Ernie. Take care and say hi to the stomping grounds, the old hometown stomping grounds. All right. Bye, you guys. Thanks. See ya.